dead. He's just killed him. Hurry up.
He's dead. He's completely dead.
Yeah,
No, he's not.
This Somali migrant pinned a British man to the ground in a normal street in Belfast and put a knife to his throat in broad daylight. This isn't some faraway story. It happened right here in the UK. What makes it even worse is how officials and activists respond with the same tired excuses we've heard for years. I'm sick of it, and so are millions of British people watching their country fall apart. Let's start with a report of the ugly incident as it happened.
This is the scene here this evening as police continue the investigation. A 30-year-old Sudanese man has been charged with attempted murder. So what do we know so far? The man entered the UK across the Irish border, having flown to Dublin from Paris.
Police say the man has also been charged with possession of an article with a blade or point in a public place and making threats to kill. The victim remains in a serious condition in hospital.
Chief Constable John Boucher was outlining the details of the route the man took to enter Northern Ireland back in 2023, where he claimed asylum upon arrival. He was granted leave to remain in the UK until 2028. The victim of the attack, a man in his 40s, is receiving treatment in hospital for serious eye, face and back.
Let that sink in. Someone let into the UK through the asylum system is now trying to saw a local man's head off in a quiet residential street. This is the direct result of years of weak borders, fake identities, and zero proper vetting. The attack sparked intense protests across Northern Ireland. Multiple large-scale fires are breaking out as public anger boils over. People are furious about immigration policy, safety, and how the authorities keep handling these crises. When a man nearly gets beheaded in broad daylight, the public reaction isn't far-right extremism. It's normal, healthy outrage from people who've had enough of being told to accept endless risks while their own safety is ignored. Now here's the stomach-churning clip, ladies and gentlemen, that will make your blood boil. It's everything sick you can think about.
He's dead. He's just killed him. Hurry
He's
up.
dead. He's completely dead.
Yeah,
No, he's not.
Has he got a knife?
Yeah. Get off him, you fucking rat. Yo! He's cutting him. He's cutting him.
He's trying to cut his head off. He's mate. Hurry up.
Hurry up!
The video is absolutely sickening. You see the attacker hacking at the victim's neck and head while he's on the ground.
His head off here. Hurry up. The fuck.
Hurry back.
Come on, bastard. Come on.
Get him!
Quick. Come on. Get him down. Let him go now. Let him come on. Yes. Yes. Get up. Get up.
There's a cop. There's a cop.
Those men are real heroes. They did what the state failed to do and most likely saved that young man's life. Watching it makes my blood boil. This is what happens when you keep importing unvetted men from violent, unstable places and then act shocked when the violence follows them here.
Bro, quick! Get off! No! Bro, get off! Quick!
He's trying to cut his head off.
Bro. I can't cut him in the head. He's trying to cut his head off! He's just bastard here! He's just together! He's trying.
A Muslim terrorist who joined the Islamic State in Syria admits what he's done. Ladies and gentlemen, this testimony will horrify you.
ذبحتهم مع قارب 900
900.
Look at the absolute look of horror on the face of the female journalist. And look at his smile as he proudly describes what he did to Yazidis and Christians, standing in front of one of his victims.
المهم من صار الاقتحام على سنجار كنت أنت مشارك بالاقتحام
بس مو بدايته الشطرات وهمية حجتنا شنو الشرطة؟ الشطرات وهمية نشيل 30-40 نفر بالسيارة نخليهم بصفحة نخلص نخلي للسجون نروح نخليهم بصفحة نكتب.
هسه طبعا أنا من أقاربي اختفوا ما عاد لهم وجود. يعني لحظات حط نفسك بمكان هذا الشخص اللي ذبحته شنو كان شعوره؟
شعوره كان يقول لا تقتلني. ليش تقتلني؟ يا ذنب يا ذنب تقتلني.
How many women, how many children do you think you've raped over the years?
لهاي الفترة بقيت وياهم تقريبا يقارب تقريبا بالخمسينات. بالنسبة لنا كانوا صغار 15 16 ولا كبار تقريبا يقارب فوق ال 200.
This is what happens to non-Muslims under Islamic rule. Britain and Australia are allowing ISIS terrorists to return and live on the backs of taxpayers after they chose to leave and join a murderous terror organization, commit crimes against humanity, and turn Iraq and Syria into hell under Islamic law, only to come back to the West because they were defeated.
What was going through your mind? Talk to me. Tell me what you're thinking when these girls are screaming for you to stop and you don't, you continue.
والله هي حالة ممارسة الجنس، يعني كل شخص ما يقدر ينفصل عن هذا الشيء، يعني هي إرادة قوية. يعني رغم ما قد كانت تمنعني من هذا الشيء، يعني بس منها أخلص وياها، يعني أشوفها تمشي يعني ينكسر قلبي عليها.
لو أن قلبك طيب ما تاخذ 3 بنات وتغتصبهن يوميا.
صحيح بس يا تعرفين وضع الشاب يعني. لا
هذا ما تبرير. أنت كنت تستمتع بهذا الشيء.
صحيح. بس بوقتها كنا مضغوط علي. أنا مضغوط علي هذا الشيء. أنا مريض من عندي هالشيء. أنا إذا ما أسوي هذا الشيء.
أوكي هسه احكي لي شنو هو الضغوطات اللي صارت وشنو هذا الشيء اللي انراد من عندك. هسه احكي لي إياه. أنا وياك وجه لوجه. أنا وحدة من ضحايا.
If that footage was painful, look at what's happening in places like Ethiopia and Somalia, the kind of chaos and brutality that produces men capable of this.
While the world is silent, deaths are rising in Ethiopia, in the RC region, and the whole world is silent. I can't believe what I just watched.
Remember, these are exactly the regions sending people across the English Channel almost every single day, often with fake stories and fake identities. It's only a matter of time before this level of savagery becomes normal in more British towns. We must stop the boats and start deporting foreign criminals and failed asylum seekers. Anything less is complete madness and a betrayal of British people. Mohammed here tried to sexually assault a 13-year-old British girl. When he got caught, he said something that would jar your ears. Watch.
Couldn't control myself.
You couldn't control yourself? Right, okay. What was it that you couldn't control?
My soul.
Yeah, but what about yourself?
Overwhelming.
Yeah, but what was overwhelming? What about this child was overwhelming? What about this child was so strong that you couldn't control it?
Got too attractive.
She was too attractive. Okay, okay. So how many children are you talking to? One was 14. One was 13. Okay. Is there any more? Are you sure? Okay. Why did you want to know if this child loved you?
He actually said he couldn't control himself because she was too attractive. Can you imagine the sheer sickness and entitlement?
Sorry?
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, I'll answer for her. She didn't love you. No. You're the sort of person only a mother could love. You also told her to make sure she doesn't send photos of her boobs to anybody else. Didn't you? Yeah. And you also got a little bit upset, a little bit angry when she didn't answer your call. Didn't you? You got a little bit stroppy. True? False? True. Why? Why, Mohammed?
Now, you said earlier that you wasn't sure whether you had received pictures of this 13-year-old's naked or boobs. Now, let's talk about that again, because you would remember receiving an image like that, wouldn't you? Yeah. So have you received an image like that? You have.
You have, okay.
Okay.
And how old was that one? How old is that child that you received the image from?
13.
13.
So you have received an indecent image of a 13-year-old girl.
This isn't rare. Grooming gangs across the UK have destroyed the lives of thousands of young British girls, while authorities look the other way for fear of being called racist. The denial has real victims, mostly working-class girls abandoned by the system that was supposed to protect them.
Yes? Yeah. Okay. And have you still got that image on your phone? No. And what did you do with that picture? You didn't do anything with it. Now, I find that very hard to believe, because you've asked for it. And you asked for it from the other child. So there must have been a reason that you wanted that picture. So let's be honest. What's the reason that you asked for the picture? You couldn't control yourself. And you was attracted. Are you generally attracted to children more so than adults? You are. But the police are here now, so I'll leave you with those. I don't want to come back and see you again. Do you understand?
What do you think should happen after incidents like this? Should we get serious about deportation and borders, or keep pretending everything is fine? Tell me honestly in the comments. Meanwhile, a brave British woman tells it like it is to a Muslim man and a fake priest.
You'll have your own strong viewpoints, but I believe that they can be civilly taught. I don't think that wanting to ensure the future survival of my people is unacceptable or should be seen as offensive to other people. We have a right to our exclusive identity, our home, history, heritage, culture, and to exist as a people. Nobody has the right to take that from us. The people who are trying to take that from us are the extremists, in my opinion.
And I didn't think that feels at all like exclusive or kind of contradictory with this lovely man could make a home here, because he's a gift.
How do we explain to 1 million white children that have been raped in racially and religiously motivated crimes by people of his community? How is my community supposed to reconcile the fact that they opened up their doors, gave refuge to people that said, please, let us come here for a better life, and then what do? Rape, rob, extort, terrorize, and kill our people. And
the priest just kept smiling awkwardly. That image says everything about the problem. Too many so-called leaders care more about appearing tolerant and nice than protecting their own women and children. They'd rather virtue signal than face the ugly reality happening on our streets every single day.
Yes, I recognise none of that in this lovely man, and in most.
But it is coming from his community against mine, and it's racially and religiously motivated by foreign peoples that have come into our country from our gratitude and kindness.
Rape, though, is not an exclusively Asian thing. There are white folks who.
Yes, there are white men that rape. Yeah. There are rapists of all things. The difference is that this is a racially and religiously motivated act of genocide that is targeted against our people to cause our people's harm. In the Genocide Convention, it specifically states, B means causing physical and mental harm to members of a specific group. So you're not going to argue with me that gang raping children is not going to cause them serious physical and mental harm. And the difference is there's been 1 million white children, 1 million white kids in the last few decades that have been raped by Muslim Pakistani men. It is targeted, and our community have a right to be angry. If it was any other country and any other peoples, they'd be burning down the homes and shoving you out the country.
This whole situation makes me furious. For years we've been told that noticing patterns in migration from certain countries is Islamophobic. But the facts keep piling up. Grooming scandals in Rotherham, Rochdale, Oxford, and many more towns, no-go areas, demands for Sharia, and now this attempted beheading in Belfast. The same defensive responses appear every time. Change the subject, cry racism, claim it's just a few bad apples, or blame the victim's country. It's delusional and insulting to every British family living in fear.
White people are so tolerant. So far all we've done is demos, but that will come to an end, and I assure you. And we don't involve ourselves in gratuitous violence and terrorism. We're white people. We desolate continents, we wipe out civilizations, and we start world wars. So far we've been tolerant, but you wait until that tolerance is gone. When the Anglo-Saxon no longer wishes to tolerate the rape, robbing and extortion and theft of our identity. What's going to happen
from Germany or from Britain? They were originally Jutes and Saxons or Angles from Germany.
The Anglo-Saxons are a mix of the Celts and the Saxons, all northern Western European white race people. We have no genetic difference in our composition. Europeans are all one brotherhood. Before that, there wasn't any black, browns or Asians or anything else living in Britain. In fact, in the 1950s, it was less than 0.3% in Britain were foreign.
Syria, so what was Europe then? But even the definition, even the concept of Europe, Europa, Europea, was different 1,000 years ago. The Romans included Northern Africa, they included parts of Syria. So there's been a heritage of change. The terms they're using, what is Europe, what is Britain, all this has constantly changed. And human beings have been moving.
At all. Britain has been known as Britain and Great Britain since the Romans, right?
Britons.
Okay, we could say the same, right? So your home doesn't exist. It's been populated by lots of people. There's no such thing as Asians or Pakistanis, and it'd be perfectly fine if we were to wipe you out. Let's take your lands, let's take your identity, let's rewrite your history so that you're not part of it and make you not exist. You know why? Because nations and people are so interchangeable that it doesn't matter if we genocide an entire peoples, because we're all the same, right?
Katie Fannin, Bubba Kate versus the state.
You're not even up here, you want your own laws. You're trying to get Sharia law in London, saying that they can't be prostitutes.
I will let one of my colleagues continue. It was lovely to speak to you.
Fantastic.
And I am welcome to conversation.
What was you trying to get across there?
Well, when people think that we're being...
It's not hysteria to be concerned when children are being raped. It's called basic human concern. Why do we never hear the same outrage about how Christians are treated in places like Syria? The attacker in Belfast was given leave to remain until 2028. How many more ticking time bombs are walking around because of the same soft policies? The public has had enough. Protests in Northern Ireland are just the beginning of a much bigger awakening. The West welcomed people in good faith. That generosity should never mean surrendering our safety, our culture, or our children's future. It's time to put British people first again. Stop the boats, deport the criminals, and end the denial. If you're fed up with weak leadership and want real change, smash that like button, subscribe, and share this video. Britain belongs to the British. It's time we started acting like it.